Good morning, crap to cream. Wheel bearing kit has finally arrived, so I will now put the wheel bearing in, which I've actually done to save you the pain of watching me actually do it, but I've left it as a setup. So as you'll see, that's the setup I have on the press. So I have obviously a spacer, I have a socket, and then I use the old outer race so that it's a nice neat fit on the outside diameter of the bearing. And then I will now take that over here, put that there, and I haven't planned this very well because I'll now get the circlip one-handedly with the circlip pliers, and I'll drop it like that. Then I'll get hold of another one because there's two in the pack, and I'll put that in there like that. And look at that, first go, one-handed. Okay, so that's in there now, nice and securely located all the way around. I used a bit of my assembly fluid to go around the outside of the bearing to help it go in, to slide in a little bit. This is the kit for a Ford Focus. Got it off old eBay, and it was like a third of the cost of getting it from the local shop. Unfortunately, the kit comes with everything, so it comes with a new cap. Well, it goes on the other side. That goes on the other side, obviously. This goes here, in there, like so. And then this goes on the hub. So I'll have to go and put that on the hub. I don't actually think that this one's got one on the hub. It's just got this in the drum. But anyway, and then it comes with a new lock nut. So yeah, 29mm lock nut. Very hard to find a 29mm socket. But anyway, so I won't bore you with watching me put this in here, and then I'll go and put the wheel bearing back on the car very shortly. So I'm back again so soon. I was talking about this little piece. Where has it gone now? This piece. Now, I thought that this went on the hub, and I can see people screaming at the video going, no, 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 it goes on the back of the drum. And you're right. And what I also didn't know was that the grey part on that is a magnet. So, yeah, attracts filing and saves them going into the bearing. So this actually goes on there like that. So to save myself the embarrassment of breaking it or cracking it or something, I will put this on offshoot, and then I will go and put the drum back onto the car. Just thought I'd go through that because yeah, I thought it went on the car. Also, this little seal here is an absolute doozy to get in, quite tight. Anyway, all done now, so I will go and put that in the I'll go and put this on, I'll press it on the press, and then I will go and put the drum on the car. Speak to you soon. So here I am. I've relocated now in the top shed. I have put that small magnetic seal on the back of that drum, which you can see there. So as far as I'm aware, this is how that should look prior to assembly, and then that is going to fit on there, and then I'm going to tighten up the nut to 173 foot-pounds. So I will just put this on there, make sure you can see what I'm looking at. So now this has all been cleaned up and everything else, so no doubt this is just going to fly on here. Just love it when a plan comes together. Then there is a washer. That one there, that goes on the back of there. So this is set at 173 foot-pounds. And apparently, while you are tightening up this nut, you need to spin this drum in an anti-clockwise direction 10 times. So, not exactly sure how true that is, but that's what it says in the book. So, I will do it at a minimum of 10 times. That's tight now. Okay. Tight. 117 foot-pounds is tight. It's very tight. Very, very, very tight. That's it, done. I'll just check it with my impact socket. Just turn this off for a sec while I go and get the other dead blow hammer. Okay, I'm back. Got the dead blow hammer. Oh, you can't see. It's 29mm. 173-ish. Might be 174. Don't know. Not sure. Okay. Yes. That's it. No more. Tight enough. Tight enough is good enough. Boy, that was tight. It's a lot tighter than when it came off. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then I'll just tap this on here. Done. Done like a dinner. Wheel on test drive. Then I'm going to wash the engine bay down. And then I've got to put that back on the rear hatch. And then I can book it in for pit inspection, I believe. And Shelby, hopefully, will be getting her car at some point next week, with any luck. All right. That's it for the wheel bearing installation. Bye for now. Hello, still focused. So now I'm focusing on some oil leaks. So I put new oil in, I've run the engine for a while, and there's one insistent drop that's on the left hand side of the engine as I look at it from the front. So I thought I'll go looking for this. Now there's three sayings, right, that I have lived by or have been very influential in my career in the engineering business, my engineering career, right? One is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another one is, the standard you walk past is the standard you accept. And if you go looking for trouble, you will typically find it. So that's what I've done. The third, so I've gone by the second one and the third one. The standard you walk past is the standard you accept, and if you go looking for trouble, you'll find it. I did. So I'll get my torch. So there's been this little oil leak, and I'm not sure whether you can see down there. There's the dipstick tube. I've fixed it now, but where the dipstick tube goes into the block, there is an O-ring. And that O-ring, there you go. And the O-ring that was around in there was leaking, and that was where the drip was coming from. And to get that off, I had to get the heat shield off. And it's held on by 4 bolts, which have more likely been in there since Noah was a boy. So a little bit of a little bit of WD-40, a little bit of a prayer, and they all came out. And now I've fixed that leak. So now I've just got to wash down the engine because the rocker cover was leaking on the end here, which I think I showed you in a previous video where the cover was cracked. So all the oil leaking down the side of the engine over here is all caused by that. So I'm going to push the car out now, wash it all down while I've got the heat shield off so I can get to all the little grubby places, and then I'll put it all back together again. But yeah, I had to let this go here, I had to let this go, which is an aircon pipe. I had to let that go so I could get to the actual heat shield out, because it's a bit of a tight fit between the engine block and the exhaust manifold and the pipe. It won't come out without moving that. All right, so and there, I had to let that little clamp go on the end there as well. All right, so there you go. That's the go. So I will fix that and put it all back together again, and then I'll give the engine a bit of a wash, and then we should be out for a test drive, look for any other little issues that we've got, and fix them. But hopefully that's it now. Back again so soon. So as luck would have it, the postie turned up and he delivered the gas struts for the rear hatch, the new ones. So I've changed the one on the left hand side, and I'll change the one on the right hand side so you can see how to do this, or just like give you an idea if you're not familiar. So to my way of thinking, the way that they are installed right now is incorrect. Put that like that. So the ram is up like this, and the gas cylinder's down here, right? So the way I would do it, logically thinking, right, is that the gas cylinder will be at the top and the ram at the bottom, so that any crap or anything like that gets on here doesn't get into the seal. So it falls off rather than falls into or gets jammed into. So the way I do this is I've got a little scriber. So I flick this up there, and I go down here and I flick this one out of here. Like this, hoping at the same time that the ram doesn't fall off. And so there, that's that. See? It's that easy. Put that on there. Check that that's tight, and then put that at roughly that's like that. And that's it. There you go. Click. Fitted. Ah, dear me. Looks like I have to put the old ones back on again. So the new struts aren't strong enough. Ah, dear. Oh well, back to the drawing board. I'll put the old ones back on again. I won't bore you with me changing that back over again, and I'll do a sign off in a second. Bye for now. So as you'll more likely see by now, I have put the cover back on the rear hatch. So that job is now completed. You would have seen that I've done the oil leak, so that's all finished. I just have a bit of vacuuming to do in here. Get rid of all the little crummy bits that have fallen off from various bits and pieces up here. Anyway, that's it. This video is now long enough as it is, so I will say thank you very much indeed for all the comments all the subscriptions, and it's fantastic. You know, overwhelmed by what is happening here. I'll give a shout out to Maggie's Makeover, right? So that's a gentleman who called Steve, who has been an avid follower and a subscriber, and he's been very friendly and helpful, and he has made a few shout outs for me on his video channel. So I'd just like to say, you know, shout out to you, Steve, and Maggie's Makeover. If you're looking for somebody else doing an MGB rebuild in a significant amount of detail, he's the man. All right, I think that's it. Thank you very much indeed for everything, and yes, I will speak to you soon. Hopefully I'll get the MG back in the shed now, and then I can start finishing off the drum to disc conversion. Anyway, enough said. Bye for now.